Which engine do you want?
Number 3.
There you go.
Stand up.
You are ready for engine start.
Clear on 3. Starting 3.
There are so few left in the world, and it was such an iconic aircraft in the first place.
We've got one of the best Lancasters for completely stock World War II, and you can tour it.
The Lancaster was incredible, being able to carry such a varied payload.
We want to show it to them, but we want them to see it, smell it, and hear it.
The aspiration was to have this aircraft flyable. As it turned out, it was impossible.
Most of the bomber crews that flew out of England against Germany in World War II were trained in Canada.
It's absolutely incredible to think what they accomplished in a very short time at a very young age.
I would say within 2 weeks at squadron level, they knew how many crews were not coming back every night.
1 out of every 4 Canadians killed in that war was killed in Bomber Command.
When you're in a street fight, are you going to be a gentleman? Or if you know that guy is going to kill you, are you going to put him down first? Do you know about a street fight?
And you know that they have something between them that you can never impinge on. You can never get behind and understand in its entirety.
When you are trying to break down a giant concrete wall and all you have is a sledgehammer, you try to hit the factories, but you also will be hitting the cities.
It's not a question that ever left them. They lived with it all their lives.
I think some of these bomber boys went to their graves thinking they were war criminals.
History is relentless. It does not stop. It accrues hour by hour, day by day, and provides little opportunity to sort and catalog the thousands of daily inputs that produce the passage of time. Not every moment needs to be remembered. Collectively, we strive to remember those we can agree on as vital to the forward march of human progress. Many of these come from the realms of science and medicine, more still from great technological leaps through the ages. Above all, however, we remember the wars, always the wars, through the centuries, fought over a projection of power, a need for resources, or along ethnic and religious lines. Or, as was the case with the Second World War, a terrible and true clash of ideologies, fought over the fundamental question of how we should live, of how societies could be and should be ordered, over freedom, over tyranny. The Second World War is the last major war closest to us, and with the weight of history accruing daily, it takes an act of will to remember what it meant, to honor those who fought in it, to ensure that hard lessons are not forgotten. And so we gather yearly at cenotaphs, at grave sites, at monuments, to remember. And we do so in increasing numbers, seemingly as the world around us grows ever more divided along lines that we recognize as dangerous faults. We have built museums dedicated to remembrance, to house the stories and the relics of that war, and sometimes we have opportunity to see and touch and hear the weapons of that war, to help us make it real and understand it not as the accrued dust of history, but as a tangible piece to be held and understood. This is the story of a legendary airplane from that war, the Avro Lancaster, the 4-engined backbone of the RAF's Bomber Command. It explores the role of the Lancaster both in the Allied victory and its more subdued but equally important role after the war, during the peace. But warbirds are fundamentally metal and munitions. This too is a story of the men who flew them, who brought these weapons to bear over Europe and died in staggering numbers, whose efforts and whose sacrifices were placed to one side after the war, ignored, in shadows made longer by the elephants in the room. It is a story of Bomber Command and the long and terrible war waged over the roof of Fortress Europe, dangerous and dark. It is a story of Arthur Harris and his highly controversial command, of Winston Churchill and his air ministry, of the United States Army Air Force. And it is a story about how we remember all of it.
Yes, she was nearly ready for battle.